Hey guys, and welcome to my video. So today overview for the third Spec full fighter. So actually we was waiting for this from a long time. So kinda the starter is looking good, looking easy, not that hard to say, just depending on a buff, and you can do some damage with this thing, and you have to stay on it most of the time. And things don't like this. For sure they made this idea from this 1000 palm things they always do on Chinese movies and things like this. So kinda they take the idea from this. It's actually looking cool for sure. Away from, I feel it a bit going to air cell fighter or closer to this, but not that much. So actually let's begin to see skills. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, and let's start with this. Okay, so like always on any soul fighter, so first skill is block, second skill is charge, third skill is knockdown, and fourth skill is for that is doing the stun like this. And actually for this one is having some skills also, so if you use one, then if you can use it to go behind your opponent. If you use one, then that's the heal skill. Normally you was going for the range stance on ice or earth for doing this, but now it's on your one. For your third skill, as you have your C also, this one, the resurrection for sure for your party members. And you have nothing more on your block. So going for the new skills, so you have this skill, your V, it's called Soul Spear. It's an important skill, and doing this, just this damage. When you are going for invocation, it will do another test, but until we go there, for your C, it's your normal resist skill, and have another test when you are in invocation also. For your X, it's doing this damage, and have another test when you go for invocation. For your Z, it's doing this damage, but it have not another test when you are in invocation. Okay, so until we do for invitation for sure. For your left clit, always the useless left clit. For your right clit is like this, and you have this F still, and it's actually important and maybe the most highest skill on your character. So you have to focus on this one. Okay, for your E and Q, actually you can use them from 8 meters, so you can use your Q like this, and you can use your E like this, and you have no problems. Your SS is normal like always, and no change on sims. For sure, for your invitation, it changes begin from here, so you do this like this. Your V is like this. You can use it this skill, then you can use also this V for higher damage. For your C, you can use your C normally until it go down, or the effect is going down. You will have this C. You can use it for another test. It can defense your party members and give them shield. I will not say it's iframe like Blade Master, but it's actually giving them some defense and things like this. For your it's in invitation, it will have another test. This still, and actually the second test is doing so much damage, and it's one of the highest skill damage on your character. Maybe you will put point on this later. For your Z, it will actually do this damage. For your one, it have different looking when you are using here on your stance. So actually it's doing also another different effects. Also for your Q, you can use it 2 times when you are on this stance. When you are in rotation also, your E will be different, and you will use it to make a breaker stance for 30% break bar. So for sure it can help you on the Demon's Bane's dungeons and anything like this. Okay, there is some hidden skills like always on these characters. So actually the starter having a lot of passives. If I will go down a bit like this, so you will find Radiant Fist is working after using your knockdown with your 3 when you are in invitation and doing more damage, and the damage is doing more when you are higher than 50%. Okay, Radiant Palm, this one working with your left clit, 1000 hand. It made your left clit ranged. Actually I forgot to mention my right and left clit. Falling Light, this one doing more damage and doing movement speed slow by 80%, so it's good. It's working after using your tremor step on invitation. So if I will use my tremor step, it will give slow. Right click and left click in invitation also, it will be like this. And actually the character will go for right clicker and left clicker. And by the way, the left clicks on invitation is ranged from 60 meters, so you can use it from here. You don't have any problem with this. Okay, so for more skills, you have more passives here. Rising light, working with your X, set and X when you are in invitation. For sure they are always working in invitation. Nothing work without this stance. For this one, doing the more damage on Nord down and days, or not just Nord down, it will do more damage with Nord downs. This one is doing, or Dual Divinity, you will find it on the meter. It's a strong skill. It's a passive working with your F and after your Nord down. Okay, so it's doing this much damage. Skill requirement for this is these skills. For here, this one is working with your Divine Grasp. The other V you have here, it's doing more damage also. This one working with your V, your Soul Spear still, and it's doing more damage also. More passives, this one is hitting, have a chance to grant 1 renewal stats. This one giving you 1% when you are using the invitation, and it can stat for 10 times. And this one for sure your skills and what is happening, they are talking about these points, and for sure your E is doing the breaker states. Okay, so that's it for your skills. Let's go for talents. So let's go for them so fast. This one is for your right click and awaiting right click and the Radiant Fist, for sure this is a passive. This one is doing more HP drain. It's better for PvP to say, because it makes your HP, you can heal so fast with these skills, for these 4 skills. This one, when you are lower in HP, it doing more damage. So if I will look to this skill, when you are lower than 50%, you will do more damage, 25%, 10%, and more damage for sure as you go lower. So 10% is the best damage for sure you can have. This talent is good with some other talents. When I mention them, I will talk about this. So for certain talents we have here, so self-defense and the Celestial She, you can use them when you have this one. Celestial She for sure is that still you can use after invitation, after you use your C and C in cooldown, so you can use this still for your party. Okay, for here, Immortal Shroud is a still you can use it after using your block, then C, it's in place on your resurrection still that makes your party resurrect, so you can use this in this place, and it makes you immortal for 10 seconds, and you can stay on 1%. You don't have any problems. 1 HP, not just 1%. You cannot be dead. If you take 10 hits, this stat will remove on you, or this skill will remove on you. So if you take the 11th, you will die for sure. Recover 10% after the effect wear off. So if you can stay for 10%, you don't have any problems, and you didn't die, this will heal you for 10%. Okay, so let's show you this skill. So if you use 1, then C, this one will make you immortal. For sure it have a bit slow cast, so you have to care about this and use it when you are far from your enemy. And this one is PvP for sure. This one, invincibility, it's in this place also on 1C. So this one you can use it for your party, so you make them not die when they are trying to use their focus She, so they can wake up again after they lose their HP for sure. That will give them a shield, so they tend to die from any random attacks from the bosses. So this one can help them. What they can help them, or what I can feel that this still can help them, just when you are moving on some dungeons like Aerodrome as example, and there is so much damage or so much ads that can kill you, you can use it for them. Then when you can go for bosses, it's better to go for the first one. You can use it for bosses, but I actually never recommend this. Okay, third one, it's focusing about your F, so it's for sure for PvP, or sorry, for PvE. This one, She Burst, it takes your HP to 10% and heal your party for 100% and gives them the 50% increase on your heal or on their heal. So if you can use it like this, 1 then X. Normally my HP will go to 10%, but because I am here on training dummy or in this place, I can't do this, or I can't go down on HP. This still is good when you want to make your HP go down. And actually this one with the immortal, with the first or the third one here, it will make you do so much damage as you will not die, and you will go for 10%, and you can do max damage with your skills. So these three together will do something for sure for PvP. So for here, third one here, Iron Shoulder will do a knockback. This still, it will give him a knockback, then a knockdown, and this still will give them days. So let's show you this so fast. So this one doing the days, as you can see. This one knockback to knockdown, as you can see also. And your Iron Shoulder, actually this still will never happen. Just when you resist with your block, you can find this still and you can knockback with it. Okay, for here, number 4, Divine Fury. It's for your Q, so you can use it 2 times. For sure you saw this before. Second one is about rare attack. If you use 1, then if it will make you go behind your enemies. This one you have it already, but the point, it will give you more movement speed, and actually it will trigger Falling Light effect. This effect can slow your opponent when you hit it with this. So that's something good for PvP for sure when you want to chase someone. For this still, it will be launch target into air, so it make you jump on him and launch him to the air. And bad step, nothing change about it, almost just available during invitation. I'm not sure about what they mean by this, because it's always available. Okay, so this one, launching target into air like this. For sure you can use it and use your V, or use anything can do damage on the air, and things will be fine for you. Okay, and your 1F will do slow to your enemy. For sure nothing will happen for training the dummy as always, so you can't feel it. For this talent, it actually can work for PvE and PvP. It will make your lightning fist working like this and trigger the rising light on successful hit. For sure this passive, and do more damage. Nothing important about this. The battle step, you will have battle step here and battle step in invitation, so you will have double battle step. By this you can use them, one in invitation and one in normal. It's like all the days on ice or anything like this. Not all days in ice you can use double battle step, so you can use it like this with this talent. Okay, and when you resist on your battle step, it will reset the cooldown, or almost reset 9 seconds from cooldown from your lightning fist, so it will make you have lightning fist again. Same for here, for this battle step also. For returning, it will back to doing upgrade states again, so you can use it for PvE like what I mentioned, and you can use it for PvP if you want, but this E will be useless for PvP for sure. Okay, and this for sure, if I resist anything, I can flash a step with the resist. It will make this one almost reseated because it's just 6 seconds. So for here, your passive, or this passive on your V, when you are in invitation, it will do more damage. For sure it's for PvE. These two talents actually for PvP, so beginning with the second one, it will make your lightning fist, your second skill, will do stun, and will make this still will do a knockdown. So it's like this one stunning, this one knockdown. Okay, this skill or this talent, it's for your divine grasp. It's actually made for PvP. It will make your stun, or when you stun someone, or someone even stuns any opponent, it can make the time is going for higher, so it can, like you can say, reset the effect, or you can say made the stun going further more by 2 seconds more. So let me show you this. So if I will stun with my 4VV, my stun is going for more time. Okay, so let's send it to say about talents. If you are playing the PvE, you will play with all on the left, it's the best. If you will change something, you can change this one to this. If you will help your party, then back again. I don't recommend Rune for this that much. If you are playing on anything else, all of for PvP, you can say you can use this talent if you wanted to have more SS and ruined for more too. That's something about you. I don't recommend it that much. So you can use this or this, it will not make any difference. But for others, just stay on the left. Okay, for your items, it will be like this. Your ring will work for your triple strike, your right click. Your E will work for your V, divine grasp, and your bracelet will work with your V. This is still soul spear. Your message badge will work with V also, so V trader both of them, so you will have use V for sure so early before any other skills. For your badge, it will be acceleration badge, better to play with this until you get something higher. So it will give divine salvo, decrease cooldown of tremor step, your X, and divine salvo will have 4% critical damage more, and it can start for 5 times, so you can reach 20% critical damage with this. Soul spear increase invitation duration by 6 seconds. So actually for sure you will have to use invitation, and that's something normal. Then you will use your V, that will increase this by 6 seconds, and that will help invitation to stay for a longer time, and for sure that's something you have to do anyway. Soul spear also trigger 15% attack power for 6 seconds. Nothing more about your items. For sure your soul shields will give your skills some damage, and these things will not change from soul shield to soul shield, just the percentage and nothing more. Okay, so for your rotation, I can say I'm not sure still yet about it, but since you have to do, for sure you will have to do like this, and right click and left click when you are in invitation stance with F. And your X, you have a double cast for this for sure. You have your Z, you have your B, you have your F, you have your V, and nothing more. Any skill you can get it, just use it and things will be fine for you. Okay, so from this, I can say invitation, go for it, then use your V. So you have to make your bracelet and message badge working, following by that can do, X can do, actually the other V can do, but I feel V a bit slower, so I will go for any one of from these two skills. You can go for X, then another X, you can stay a bit and do anything else, then go for the second X. Away from this X is super important, so if I will say I will go with double X, it can make things a bit better, but actually still, I'm not sure about the rotation until the DPS test video. Anyway, if you look to skills like this, you will find some skills on the early scenes and some others not doing that much damage. So let me try again and see things better. Well, that's enough. So as you can see, Divine Salvo is the best skill you have. Soul Storm is doing certain damage. Dual Divinity, it's a passive, doing the third damage. And Spawn Valut. So to say, most important skills you will have here is like this. Divine Salvo, for sure the best one. Soul Storm, ruined, sometimes ruined to the best, sometimes ruined a bit lower. Spawn Valut also. So you have to put points on these three. That's the best for you. And for sure, it's about your badges. If you have some lower gear badges away from acceleration, is so easy now to get because of the soul booster event, so you can get this so easy, so you will not have any problem. So that will be your normal points, and that's it for this video. So thank you for watching, guys. That's a certain time actually to record this video because I recorded was so much or was so high on minutes, so actually I recorded again. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.